You think we got too much tractor? I mean, it's no 40-20, but it's a good auger tractor.
It'll get it done. I don't know how many horsepower it's going to take, but I know how many I'm going to use. Guys, we are finally in what I consider good beans. Real good beans. We're down here in the bottom. These are 30-inch rows and you can't hardly see down through there. They're replants, and there's some first plants up there on the hill. Even the first plants are really good. We lost some yield by having to, on them other farms, we lost some yield by having to replant. Thankfully, this farm had enough moisture that they made beans. So you can tell very wet. Them weeds right there is a drain that goes through the field, but as you can tell, we ain't really had enough moisture to even melt the ground after we worked it up. See, everywhere else is bone dry around here, and you see what good moisture we got here while we're making beans. Robert, we originally just run a Phoenix hair over this when we planted it the first time, and when we replanted them, we decided to put the disc in it, and we ran the disc once at 496 we got on 7.5-inch spacings. Then we run the Phoenix hair twice. When I planted this dirt was real loose, a lot looser than I like to plant it. But the wheel tracks kind of pushed the dirt down, and the beans ended up kind of being like on a bed. And I really like that. I think it kind of helped them a little bit. It kind of helped them catch some moisture when it did rain.
He's kind of held his own out there. Yeah, he really has. They get a really bad call against him in the end zone. They call him for pass interference.
I don't know what he's looking for. Listening to the Tennessee football game up there. We're playing Alabama, and we are hanging with them. Fingers crossed. I would love to beat Alabama. Alright, so I'm gonna put y'all down and listen to some more of it. There's about 5 or 6 acres in that little block right there Robert's on right now. And they're gonna be pretty rank. And the sun's going down on him, so they're gonna be tough to cut. We do still have a good breeze blowing. That's gonna help him. Fixing to lose you behind a big oak tree. This farm's got some giant trees on it. Big oak, another big oak. Got a drain right here. Used to be pasture, as you can tell. But maybe when Robert gets the end rows knocked off and he gets at an angle to them, should help him be able to cut them a lot better. He said he's seen lots of 70s in this field. The average is really climbing and climbing fast, and say stop, them old beans is gonna be tough. Good beans are typically tough to cut. But thankful that the yield come up. I was getting pretty disappointed and pretty frustrated at myself, because I don't know, I done everything I could do for them, but hell, they just wasn't making what I thought they ought to be making. Which, I mean, you get 2 months without rain, but still thought we had enough rain for some of them to make better than what they're making. But I'm really happy with these, really tickled with them, especially for this to be the first year we've worked this farm. So as I begin a lot of days, gonna tell my monitor, do a calibration. It's been about 2 days since I've calibrated it. It says we've cut 7,969 bushels when we've actually cut 8,034 bushels. Gonna apply that. Oh, I messed up. You gotta put it over here on actual bushels. 8,034. Said we was. Well, it has been a battle, but we're finally here. This gearbox fits multiple applications. When we got it, it was just this piece, no pulley, and it had this piece in it. Well, we gotta have the mounting block for our header, and when we changed the wobble box, they recommended changing the arm in case there was any slack in the old arm. So we did not know about this, so we go to putting it together and find something wrong. So we think we got the wrong wobble box. So I called them and asked them if there's a new mounting plate, and they say no. You got to take your old mounting plate off and put on here. So we had to pull this off, knock our bearings out of it, go get a seal, put a seal in here. The shaft on this new box is bigger than the old one, so we had to go to Deere, to Tennessee Tractor, and get a new castle nut for it, and had to have this new nut. They didn't have that washer, but Cody got to looking, me and him got to scratching around, and we found this one. It was the right thickness and the right diameter. The hole needed to be 0.9 and it was 0.839, so we had to drill out the hole to fit our shaft. Elliot, one of the mechanics at Tennessee Tractor, he's in there, and I told him to come out here and look at it, and the threads was a little bit boogered up on the end, so they pulled my truck around there and took a die and cleaned up the threads for me on this wobble box. And they was doing all this at 10 after 5. So guys, I appreciate it. Thank you for helping us. I know one thing I gotta do is there's some when they was cleaning the threads, we knocked some filings down in there, so gotta knock them out. But we're gonna put our nut on and put the ugga dugga on it, then mount it up there, and then we got to fill it full of oil. threads all the way. We're gonna have to back it off or tighten her up a little more. Here we go. Thinking about making a workout called arm tough or something like that. The old big heavy heifer. And don't forget to put oil in it. Alright, that's part of it. Alright. It's that easy. Let me put 2 bolts in it where it don't get away from it. We had this thing snatched off in just a matter of minutes. Robert and I thought, boy, it's gonna be easy fix. Gonna go fast, and it did go fast till we got to that part, and then just everything we touched was wrong. We're putting gear oil in, and there's a frog around here.
Something big's about to happen.
It's about like molasses in January, except we got gear oil in October. I'm gonna make that my new saying. It's running slower than gear oil in October.
Just when you think you're having a bad day, I pulled around there to the back, and there's a brand new 9R with a cab pulled off of it and a brand new transmission sitting beside it. So.
If that's not a warranty claim, somebody's having a very bad day.
Yeah. Elliot said it was just confetti in there.
In the transmission?
Yeah.
I've pulled apart some stuff looked like that before. I've heard of motors throwing a rod out the side, but I ain't never heard about a wobble box throwing. I ain't never seen one bust both sides out like that.
I don't know what happened.
Well, we turned around and the dust looked funny. Had a different color to it, and I said, ask Robert, is that smoke? He's like, no.
I didn't smell smoke.
We didn't smell smoke. A belt grabbed hold, and that's when it threw the rod out the side of the wobble box. Wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble baby. We should be at a wedding dancing to that instead of singing it working. Wedding crashers. It's mandatory if you have a white people wedding. There's got to be a bunch of drunk middle-aged women out there on the dance floor dancing to it.
Damn the cha-cha slide.
Was it supposed to be cloudy today? Boy, them beans are cut like a dream, man. Being sarcastic. I had to go to the Tennessee Tractor, get a few odd and ends things this morning, mostly them rivets to rivet the poly back on. I was supposed to get some bolts for the knife head. I forgot them. But we're ready to run this thing and see. Hey, have you unhooked it up yet? Alright. Well, it turned easy to line the splines up, didn't it? Yeah. Okay. Alright, fire in the hole. Hold up, I gotta tighten the guard back up. Running a line lot smoother, ain't it? I think we got it. That thing, it must have been going out for a while, because it ain't ran that quiet in a long time. It ain't doing near as much chattering.
You think we got too much tractor? I mean, it's no 40-20, but it's a good auger tractor.
It'll get it done. I don't know how many horsepower it's going to take, but I know how many I'm going to use.
Oh, putting beans in the beans.
Remember what to do. We ain't had to do this in 2 years. I could just let go.
Safety first. Skyhawks are making a showing into the first quarter. Things going in the bin.
I wonder how much weight we're losing blowing all the dust out of it.